This is Katie. It's not her real name. We're using it to protect her identity. She and a friend say their scout leader sexually abused them when they were teenagers.
It makes you feel like there's nowhere else to go, there's no one else to turn to, there's nothing you can do that would change anything.
Katie says they reported the alleged abuse in the mid-2000s and again in 2016, but nothing was done.
It sort of feels like, what is the point of reporting it? Because if it gets escalated, nothing comes of it. Even if the highest level of safeguarding are aware of it, nothing's come of it.
The man they accused was Phil Perks, known locally as Pinky, who led a scout unit in Penarth near Cardiff for 2 decades. When Katie and her friend Anna, also not her real name, first plucked up the courage to report what had happened, they say they were completely blindsided and taken to a meeting with Perks in a local park. Neither of the girls' parents were informed or invited to this meeting.
We didn't expect him to be there at all. We didn't expect that we would have to confront him. We thought that perhaps, that our allegations were being taken seriously, and that some action would be taken. We didn't think that that action would involve confronting him. I found it extremely distressing. I couldn't face him, and I left the park. I didn't speak to him. I couldn't even look at him. It was awful.
After learning years later that Perks was still a scout leader, the two felt they had no option but to contact South Wales Police, who arrested and questioned the 55-year-old. A police spokesman said he died while on bail prior to a charging decision being reached by the Crown Prosecution Service. It's believed he'd taken his own life, but an inquest is yet to be held. No scouts or their parents were informed of any of these developments.
The scouts not informing members means that we won't know if there are any other people that have been affected by this. Anyone else who's been affected or who's been abused by him won't get the opportunity to heal. They won't get the opportunity to repair the guilt, the shame, the isolation that comes with sexual abuse, especially amongst children.
In a statement, the Scouts say they never silence victims and that the safety of young people in their care is their #1 priority. We are dismayed, the statement goes on to say, that they feel they've not been heard and are sorry for the distress it has caused. We've been working with the police on the issues it raises, particularly around the concern of other potential victims. One of the UK's leading child sex abuse lawyers is helping the victims pursue a civil claim against the Scouts. He's worried this case exposes wider failures.
In this case, it's quite clear that there potentially has been significant systematic failings. And when that happens in one case, is this the tip of the iceberg? How many other times has the system failed? We know about cases from the 60s up until the last year or so, sadly. That's a lot of people have been affected.
Justice, closure and an apology. That's what Katie and Anna hope to gain from going public. Their fear is that there will be many more victims like them whose stories have not yet been told.